Hey folks, and welcome to my first review video in 2025. This one's about my beloved Yamaha RSP20X Professional, which I will refer to later on only as the Yamaha Revstar or the Yamaha Revstar Pro, because the name is a little bit unmemorable. This awesomely built guitar is made of mahogany. It has a mahogany body, a mahogany neck, which is covered with a rosewood fingerboard, some stainless steel frets, nice tuners, 2 humbuckers, and great electric with some minor tricks in it. So we got a mahogany body, which is chambered by Yamaha using a special measurement method which measures the optimal size of the holes and the best position for them to get the best sound conclusion. This works quite well and makes the guitar a little bit lighter, but you will still notice that you're holding a guitar in your hand. This one's not on the lighter side, so grab yourself a broader guitar strap so you won't have any problems holding this nice instrument for a longer period of time. The finish is made in cooperation with the Yamaha motorcycle company part, which is responsible for those nice gold stripes and original brass pickguard. This really is brass. It's not plastic, so you won't play this one down for a while or forever. The neck is made of mahogany in a D shape and reinforced with some carbon fiber inlay, which helps the neck to don't bend itself too much, considering weather or playing or something like that. You have a really great rosewood fingerboard. It nearly feels like some Brazilian rosewood, which is forbidden, but this one's quite close. It has this waxy feeling, which you also get when you have a ebony fretboard made of original Diaspora ebenum. It has a really nice feel to it. The fretwork is really amazing. There's stainless steel frets, which is not that common for guitars in that price range, actually. Yeah, they're really nice on the edges. You just can't do this without having the feeling to scratch your fingers or something like that. And yeah, it's stainless steel. I also own a guitar which still has nickel frets, even if it's more expensive. It's because of the sound, they tell you. I don't think so. The sound is a little bit different, but stainless steel is a way superior material because it lasts much longer. And I actually prefer it over nickel anytime. The tuners are quite nice. They turn well. They hold the tuning quite good. Could have been locking mechanics. I would prefer locking mechanics because it's much easier to change strings, and yeah, usually they are holding the tuning even a little bit better. But they work fine, and maybe there was a thought to it not using locking mechanics. So they are fine as they are. They don't make the neck too heavy. The guitar holds itself and plays quite well. The electrics look quite common. You have 2 humbuckers, 2 potis, a stop tail bridge, and a toggle. But this toggle or switch, it's a 5-way switch, which is quite uncommon. Why is that? You have your neck pickup in position 1. In position 2, you got a phase inverted neck pickup. In position 3, you got normally phased both humbuckers. In position 4, you get a phase inverted bridge pickup. And in position 5, you got a normally phased bridge pickup, which sounds quite nice, by the way. It feels great. And there's another trick. This tone potty here, despite working quite nice, it doesn't just dampen out the sound. It works more like you dial in those 4 knobs on a Les Paul, because you have a treble bleed in the volume potty, but you can silence the guitar and have this effect which treble bleed does. You thin out the bass more. But it has a really nice interaction with this kind of tone potty. When in the upper third, you come close to the area where 4 potties for 2 humbuckers work. It's really nice interaction, and the upper third part, the upper third range of this tone potty really comes in quite handy and nearly deletes the issues you can get with treble bleed when you want to play louder and you want to cut off the treble a little bit, because this is possible with this tone potty. But the nice trick, it's a push-pull-poti. Really thickens the sound and really makes it more Les Paul-y and really takes it a little bit more in front of the mix. So here's the difference. It's a really nice feature. You have, if you want to play some rhythm, for example, turn a little bit down. You want to defer the sound a little bit, or a little part of the solo sound from it. You have a nice possibility there, and if you're going down in the mix and you realize, oh, I'm too silent or I'm too thin, you can put yourself in front of the mix with your guitar, and when you're done playing the solo, just push it in and you're going back in the mix. It's a really nice feature. I use it quite often, and yeah, especially if you like a Les Paul-y sound, it's a really great addition to the guitar. A really nice and useful feature. What it does, it has there's a condenser in it, and it switches the electricity cycle over this condenser, and it raises the impedance. So you get a little bit more low end, a little bit more low mids, and the guitar gets slightly louder. It's all passive. It's a really nice feature. The electrics itself is really, really well made. It's a nice soldering. I've seen worse in much more expensive guitars, actually. And the chamber is painted with a really good shielding or braiding color, which has an impedance to itself. So as you hear, the guitar is dead silent. I can turn this up and there is no humming or stuff like that. It's really, really awesomely built and really well made in the detail, everything on this guitar. The only thing is, The switch might be a little bit estranging for someone who is used to those smooth Fender switches, because it's not that lightly going. But it's fine. It has. I kind of like it because you need to build up some pressure to switch it. But if you don't like it, and changing a switch isn't that hard, and maybe there's someone who can do it. Fender switches work the same way. And the input jack, it's not the best on the market. It works. It holds the cable end here really well, but it could be better. On the other hand, the best jacks on the market are around 10 euros, and it's not that hard soldering. Maybe you know somebody, or you can do it yourself. It's just 2 cables, and if it won't hold as long as you wish, it's not that hard to change. So I think it's not a big issue. Although the stock strings are, in my opinion, not that good for the guitar. They sound a little bit, stock. They use those D'Addario coated strings. They sound really metallic and not that nice. I changed them to Roto Sound, Roto Yellows, and those Roto sounds, for example, complement the sound of the guitar much better than the stock strings. But that's just my opinion. If you want to try it out, give it a thought. The sound of this guitar is set between a SG and a Les Paul. It's not as harsh and bitey as a SG can get, but it's not as belly sounding, not as fat in the lows as a Les Paul is, and it sits a little bit more easy in the mix. It's a really versatile guitar for blues, jazz, rock, even up to hard rock. It's not that of a shredding guitar because of the way the neck is made, and it's a little bit slower in reaction, but it's nice. If you want to have a shredding guitar, I think you would look anyway for something else. But for the most genres you want to play, it's a really, really awesome guitar. I picked it up because I wanted a guitar which highlights my sound in playing solo, the sound of my fingers, and not its own sound. And I found this one, and I'm really, really happy with it. I'll give you some sound examples. I record this with my Friedman Pink Taco 20, and it goes into a Hughes & Kettner 1x12 cap, which is equipped with a Electro Voice EVM12L speaker. It might be a little bit special in its voicing, but it's not a typical guitar speaker. It's a PA speaker, which has a complete spectrum of frequencies. So I think it's quite practical for highlighting a guitar's sound variety. So let's start with some cleans. Then we do some rock stuff. Put this in. you see, it works mostly, but for shredding it's not that reaction friendly. If you take a guitar with a lighter or a lower action and some tighter humbuckers which kick in a little bit earlier, those fast phrases can get really much more easy. But if you want to do some jazz, actually, you can turn this down. You get some nice glovey, thick sound if you want to, and that is for a reason that Matteo Mancuso picks one of these guitars as well. So, this was my review for the Yamaha Revstar Pro RSP20X, if you want so. And I hope you like it. If that's the case, leave a like and an abo. And yeah, give the guitar a try. It's a really nice instrument. It's a really versatile instrument, and it's awesomely built. So, see you next time. Keep on rocking.